it's time. No? Time to do some damage. Hey, good morning, Gaxix and Marius. How are you? Everything good, I hope? She knows. How's things? Good morning, Svensson, Michal, and Kalarathi. All good. Marius, that's wonderful. Luckily, my stream is just 30 minutes, so it won't take too much of your time. I hit this month 5,000 followers on Facebook. So I think I'll have to do like thanks for the support stream, and maybe do some coloring of the sketches on Friday, maybe to kind of schedule it in. I just need to check with my wife tonight if that's something she would accept. Oh, Glans Invictus, wow. That's awesome. Thanks for the support, man. Amazing. That's dedication. It's crazy happy that you care about it that much. Awesome. Makes it that much more fun to stream. It's pretty cool. Gaxix, yeah, I noticed. They're looking really cool. Good job, man. I've always loved your kind of more complex stuff, where you work them up a bit more. But I find that doing these warm-ups gives you great basis for sketches, because I think not you in person, but one thinks about it more like in a method. You know, like not just having this huge mountain to climb, but you can just kind of freely create, which I think is the cool part of doing these warm-ups. It's just you don't care. You know, it's 30 minutes. You focus on doing something good for those 30 minutes, not that you have to perform and make some sort of masterpiece, right? Because you can always take a warm-up and take it further. Blight time, I think it will be more like 3-hour stream on Friday. Like have some wine, talk some shit, maybe have someone to talk to over Skype, see if I can set up I set it up, by the way, so I can stream just a section of their Skype call, so I can show their screen all the time, as long as they don't move their window. But so I've set that part up at least. So now let's say if I now stream on Friday as a 5K follower, like thanks stream, should have someone else like come in and draw some. See, that would be cool. Michael, I don't really know. And like I said, I haven't asked my wife if she's keen on the idea. But if I would stream, it would be around 8 UK time, GMT. Around 8. Yeah, around 8. My kids are in bed at that time. I'll sleep so I can focus on whatever I need to focus on. And I think I'll just go through some of the sketches and kind of fix some details here and there and start coloring. See, that would be a cool thing to do, right? This warm-up will always be this time. Warm-up, 30-minute warm-up will always be 9 AM UK time. It won't change. I'm talking about the additional like late Friday night stream. I'm thinking of it to start it at 8 GMT. 8 in the evening, that is 8 PM. Not 8 in the morning. Kind of as an additional extra one, you know? Because a lot of these coloring sketches that I've taken to color, I haven't streamed. I think that would be a cool thing to show as well. You know, like how I go about coloring them. Because there's a lot of questions on how I do it. So I think that would be maybe a fun thing to show. But this warm-up session time slot will always be this time. I won't change it. I think you guys enjoy this time, don't you? I can't change it regardless. Then I have to, yeah, can't change this time slot. My coloring method, it's constantly evolving. I mean, I try new things all the time. I like to experiment with my methods of coloring. I don't like to stagnate. I always experiment. So I don't know. Especially for this warm-up, the method of coloring is a bit different than I usually do for work. But I enjoy it. It's fun. For work, I tend to be way more pragmatic and have a process due to pipeline. You know, like being able to send something to a client, whereas these sketches just, you know, they're just exploration of my mind. You know, where I can do whatever I want and make whatever decisions I want. Svensson, yeah. I mean, you're +2, aren't you? Or minus? What did you say? Yeah, you're +2. But you should be +1 in Norway. GMT +1, no? Because Sweden is. Blight time. Well, I think yes and no. I think signature style is there regardless, because you're making decisions based on your personal taste and um, learned shapes and design language and all these things, right? And you should be always be able to spot your art, right? Because you draw shapes the way you like them to do. But now process is a different thing. That you can easily change, but you still design or paint or use the colors you like, right? That's at least how I see it. Um, but if you always do the same process, you always start the same way, I think there's a danger of not learning anything new, and that the paintings are dated. Like if you look back at your gallery, and if you're happy with all of them, um, I don't think you've evolved. Like if I look at my portfolio, I hate every single piece. I see mistakes that I could do. I think like if I would have changed my approach to the painting, I could have done it much better this way and that way. Um, I think that's a lot healthier mindset than being scared to change, because who knows what you're gonna pick up or learn along the way, right? Maybe you strike gold and you're just gonna be a beast. You never know unless you experiment, because this is a little bit like a safe zone, right? This is not client work. This is not anything but me spending 30 minutes every morning experimenting with topics and methods. Michael, this is during work time. This is my 30-minute experiment time at work. So where we experiment with methods and themes and whatever we want to, but we gotta be creative for 30 minutes. You can't sit on Facebook for 30 minutes. It's warm-up time, so we have to do stuff. So this is me doing stuff for 30 minutes. And it does help me professionally as well, allows me to try things, experiment with things, and improve in a way where I wouldn't if I didn't do them. Novio for me personally, from a personal art, only at night when everyone is sleeping. Um, During work hours, it's all work, obviously. They're paying me. Um, so it's their time. Um, when I finish my job at 6, it's dad time, husband time, until they all go to bed. And then if I have time, like if I have the opportunity, I can do art, and which is most of the nights. Like my wife sits and looks at something, like some TV show, or I don't know, reads, and I usually sit and do my personal stuff, projects and whatnot. if you got two kids, you don't have that much time to sit and sketch. I tried it at the beginning with kids, just impossible. You go crazy. Number one, you're a bad dad because you're not paying attention, and two, you're making bad drawings because you can't focus. So it's like double failure. So better to just fully focus on one thing, and when that thing is over, you can fully focus on the next. Right? It's not good to kind of try to do both. So usually at night I spend maybe 4 hours painting. So I finish at 1 at night, perhaps. Kind of like the look of those. That looks like a bit like feathers or something. For me now, I see a completely different face here. Let's make him like a face up there. I think that would be cool. And maybe he has like a mask of sorts that pushes his face up. Kinda like this guy. Fun guy. Michal, I don't know what the character design challenge Facebook thing is. I see people doing it, but I have no idea what it is. I haven't partaken in it. By the sounds of things, it sounds like a monthly character design contest. I don't see anything bad with it. At conceptart.org, when it was doing really well, there was a weekly character design challenge and monthly, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And a creature of the week, monster of the week, environment of the week. It's cool stuff. Probably still around, but it's just migrated to Facebook. And it's a good thing, like if you compete in a friendly way with other artists, and you can kind of gauge what's interesting, which entry people vote for, and you can kind of gauge a little bit of what's selling. But obviously you can't sell out and just do what the previous winner did, stylistically or thematically. You just got to try to reverse engineer it and think, like, how would I do? Which I think is the most important, is that you do stuff you like. Marius, with kids, you have to do one or the other. Yeah, exactly, child. Svensson art, yeah, definitely. Like what I figured out, especially from doing university, is that if you don't have a target, if you don't have some sort of quality benchmark you need to try to maintain, you will never, ever, ever rise to the occasion. It's like there was this competition at conceptart.org. They did it 2 times, I think. It was called Thunderdome, and it was professionals and amateurs going head to head with each other, like one artist versus another artist on one theme, and they were randomly chosen and paired up. So you could have gotten an amateur, or you could have gotten like a seasoned pro. And what you got to do is you get a theme and then do your best take on the theme. And there was a set date, and you had to don't show to anyone, be completely secret, and at that date you show it, and then people would judge, right? Who did the coolest? I think there was a body of judges, or if it was voting, I don't remember. I don't think it was voting. I think it was like a judges sitting and looking at the entries. Um, that experience was like you had to step up to the plate. You had to do your best. You had to push. You had to like question your decisions that you were making. Is this gonna result in the best version I can produce, right? So you had to like really apply yourself to it, and I think that's really important. I think that's a really cool things with competitions is that it's like, okay, people will actually look at this because it's in a competition, so I better like do this stuff correctly. And then just doing a personal piece for the sake of doing an additional piece to your portfolio, you kind of just go take it way more easier, longer time to do it, and you don't feel pressured to apply yourself, right? And the same for university work. Like if you know you're going to get the grade or be judged, you really, really make it into a project, right? Because first maybe you get guidelines of what you have to do. You have to set up the thesis. You have to, whatever, properly construct the project. And I think you learn a lot from it. How to not slack or waste time or put not enough effort into stuff. I didn't go up against Marco. I went up against other pros. I think I did. Maybe I did go up against Marco. I never won Thunderdome, but I always got to like the semi-final or final. I always got beaten by some big name artist, and this was like when I was trying or just entering the industry. But it was a really fun time. I'm still friends with a lot of the contestants that you kind of crossed paths with in the competition, and other people. That was cool. I liked it. But one thing that you really had to do was, like I said, apply yourself and like really, really get into it. Work hard. It was a really good contest, Alex Lazar. Sad that it doesn't exist anymore. It was like yearly thing. Everyone was like super psyched about, like almost like you're doing push-ups throughout the year, art push-ups, so that you're game ready for Thunderdome. It was really, really good fun. I did some pretty fucked up entries. I really tried to push the kind of the theme of my entries, because obviously I wasn't as skilled as some of the already established artists, but I came up with some good ideas. And compositions and things like that, just maybe wasn't there at the skill level, but I won over a lot of people based on my ideas, which was cool. Blood sweats. No, I did color on all my entries. Uh, I didn't do black grayscale. Then you must mixed me up with someone else. Svensson art. No, it was really cool. It was like winner moves forward, and you could see all the entries. You know, you could comment on all the entries. It wasn't like it was behind closed doors. You had to post them in a thread, and you know there was lots of discussions in the threads and so on. But the judging was based by a jury, and then they announced the winner. But everyone, you know, argued about who won and so on. It was cool. It was really cool. It was a good feeling. Like community participation was fantastic. It was on conceptart.org. Thunderdome, it's spelled the way it is, Thunderdome. If you Google Thunderdome, it's from Mad Max, originally, I think. Mad Max 2, if I'm not mistaken. One man enter, two men enter, one man leaves, was the catchphrase from the movie, I think. It was just kind of a battle to the death in Mad Max 2. Like a big cage dome that you were attached with rubber bands and you had to fight for your life. It's a really cool competition. It was cool. I really enjoyed it. I miss it. I miss it even. It's really good. There's no such competitions left anymore, sadly. I know the guy that came up with the idea. I know concept art, the people running it tried to take the idea, which is, you know, not fair. It's the guy who came up with it, just a user. You know, he should be credited for it. It's his idea, you know. So there was some sort of battle about it, and no more Thunderdomes because, you know, people tried to elbow in into his idea. He didn't dig it, so he just kind of took it in and left. But I understand that, you know. It's his baby. He ran it. He came up with it. He organized it. And then someone wanna butt in on it, you know, maybe doesn't give the best aftertaste. Svensson art, oh, definitely, it was the place to be when it was you know, at its peak. It was really good. Then lots of politics started happening. Some bad decisions from the organizers of the forum, or like the people running it. Lots of weird flame wars and different opinions, and then some bad decisions were made, and a lot of pros and users just walked out, and they just, you know, walked off. It just didn't return. It just was some really bad decisions from some people, and then just like, nope, don't want the drama. And there was this big migration of pros and users, amateurs and pros, just leaving, mass migration, and then it kind of started dying off slowly, like trickle. Svensson art. I don't know about that. Possibly, but I mean, I have no idea. I can't speak for it. I had stopped using concept art, conceptart.org. I didn't really kind of. The migration had already happened. All right, I think time's up. It is. Too bad. It's a cool topic today. I enjoyed talking with you guys today. It was I mean, more than usual. I don't mind talking to you guys at all. It's just today was extra fun. All right, guys, girls, have a great day. Good luck with today's workload. Do what you gotta do. Relax, have fun, do some cool art, and see you wonderful people tomorrow. Right, guys? I only liked you today. Right, guys. Bye. Thanks for coming.